What's up, guys? It's 16-Bit Pete, and I'm back again for another top 5 video. In this video, we're going to be talking about my top 5 personal Super Nintendo games. Number 5 on my list has got to be the original Clay Fighter. Now, if you watched my N64 video when I was doing Clay Fighter the Sculptor's Cut, I spoke deeply about the original Clay Fighter. It was a really fun game when I was a kid. Very mild violence, and you play as Clay, guys. What could be more crazy, cheesy than that? He's like an Elvis guy. He's always like, yeah, he's just a hunk of burning clay, like the Burning Love song. And pretty crazy fighter. There's a snowman. In Sculptor's Cut, there's like an evil version of the snowman called Bad Mr. Frosty, which a lot of people believe it to be the villain in Donkey Kong Country 3. But it's a great fighting game created and developed by Interplay, which is surprisingly now known today as Blizzard Gaming, one of the biggest gaming companies in the world. So I definitely recommend checking out Clay Fighter. Very fun fighter. All right, number 4, we've got Batman Returns. Now, if you're into beat 'em ups, Batman Returns is one of those you got to check out. Just like the movie, and it has little like cutscenes, little picture cutscenes with words. It's kind of cheesy, which basically follows the film. There was a copy on the Sega CD that lets you drive the Batmobile in between levels, which was pretty cool. But I like the Super Nintendo one. It's got a cool design on the cartridge, and music is there. The Danny Elfman theme is there. All Penguin's circus freaks get to fight off, and all the levels, and it's just all in all, it's a really cool beat 'em up, and definitely worth checking out. Okay, number 3 on my list has got to be Mega Man 7. Also, probably one of the rarest games in my collection. A lot of people don't know that there was a Mega Man game besides X and Soccer on the Super Nintendo, and 7 was that. It's a crazy platformer, and if you're into Mega Man 1 through 6, you really have to pick this one up. Music, Mega Man's always got great music. Come on now, music's there. 16-bit graphics are definitely there, and that same lovable character, that blue bomber that everybody loves, he's there, and he's got some friends with him this time. So Mega Man 7, definitely worth checking out in my opinion. Number 2 on my list, and people will probably say, why isn't this number 1? Well, this is Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Now, I gotta be honest, when I picked this game up when I was about 6, 7 years old, I did not have a clue as to what the hell I was doing. I was like, this isn't a Mario game. I'm like, where do you jump? And it's like, well, this is an RPG, like it says on the title. So my sister and my dad were trying to explain it to me, but I was just like, you know what, forget this game. And I ended up, that was when I rented it back in the day. I ended up picking it up when I was a teenager, and I realized, like, this is amazing. This is like no other Mario game I've ever played before, and this is crazy. This guy, the Smithy Gang, they taken over Mushroom Kingdom, Bowser's Castle, and you get to team up. You get to play as Bowser and a doll named Gino and Princess Peach, and you get to rotate them around. You get this little like cloud dude that thinks he's a frog named Mallow, and you get special attack. You get your special defense, magic attack, just like a Final Fantasy or a Chrono Trigger. If you have a Super Nintendo and you do not own Super Mario RPG, I highly recommend spending the extra buck and picking it up. So that's number 2 on my list. 1 on my list, Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. Now, a lot of people would argue that Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest, would be a better one, and that's possible. However, when I first played this game, I was a bit thrown off at first, because like you have your basic platform levels, and you fight bosses, and you get your coins, and there's those awesome bonus games with. However, each time you defeat a boss in this game, you unlock like a part to like a ship or a boat or a helicopter. And Funky, he's got his little like he's at it again, but he's got like a little warehouse, and he you bring the stuff to him, and he builds it so you can get to like this next um, world of the, and you can access that level. You can't access those levels in the world until your boat has like skis or a turbojet or like a hovercraft, like a big raft, so you can get over rocks and waterfalls and whatnot. And it's pretty funny, the game. And you play as Dixie, of course. And this time she brought her little cousin Katie Kong along, and you know, for a toddler, he's semi-large, and but he's there because you know Dixie can't. She still can't jump on those large enemies. So this guy Katie's got to come along and do that. And it's got the same team up method like in Donkey Kong Country 2. It's got some new animals, including there's an elephant, which basically replaces the rhino. Squawks is there again, and Guardia the fish, you gotta have him. And there's a other kind of bird, like the rainbow bird or something. And I think that's what, yeah, I think that's what it's called. And basically, the bird just stands at the top. You don't ride it or anything, and gets the items that you can't get to. The bosses are crazy. Like there's a robot that his head comes off and shoots lasers at you, like something I've never seen before in a Donkey Kong game until I played it. And then K-Rool is like a mad scientist sort of deal, and you're just gonna have to play it and have a good time playing it. Well, that was my top five. What are your top five Super Nintendo games? Super Nintendo was my first console, hence the name 16-Bit Pete. Please let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more top fives. This is 16-Bit Pete. Bye, guys.